Hello, my name is Nathaniel. This is my presentation for G4K showing an introduction to software design and demonstrating my quiz, my JavaScript quiz. How do I know what G4K want? G4K want a game, an informative game for children aged 9 and above, based around a programming language. In order to find out what they want, company, finding out things like by using methods such as observation and questionnaires. There are individual methods that can be taking place that companies use to find out what their clients want. One of these methods used is a FAST process. This process stands for Facilitated Application Specification Technique. The main priorities of this method identify any problems of the initial proposal, propose elements of a working solution, negotiate different approaches, and finally setting preliminary objectives or goals. There are other methods, such as FAST2, QFD 1, 2, and 3. They all offer slightly different approaches. However, FAST1 will be the most beneficial for this project. How would you engage with G4K to show progress? There are two main ways to show progress, to show G4K progress, through the use of a Gantt chart and a storyboard. The creation of the Gantt charts are useful to organize time and show the complexity of a project. They help to structure and plan and give set deadlines for certain tasks. They also help to show how long the task is. They do have some disadvantages. Very complicated. It's very long or has lots of small parts to it. Gantt charts can be difficult to read when they're big and take up more than one page. And they only show the time it takes to complete a task and do not show the difficulty, effort, or number of people that are required to complete the task. Due to this project not being overly complex and only having one developer, this situation, it would be best to use a Gantt chart as it would meet the demands and not become overly complex. The quiz for this, the quiz structure for this project will consist of 3 levels, with each level contains. The question topics for each level will differ in JavaScript fundamentals or basics. Level 2 being JavaScript coding or JavaScript coding questions, and level 3 being JavaScript error finding. This section is still in development and may have more or less questions depending on the final outcome, as well as having more or less levels. How will you test your game? Testing is a mandatory part of the game's development process, and there are many methods of testing. However, only 4 have been considered for this project. They are white box testing, black box testing, and regression testing. White box testing is a testing method in which it has access to the source code and can make sure all the code is correct and working properly. Box testing is another testing method. This is where the test has access to only the game and try to find glitches or any other thing that is wrong with the game. They do not have access to the source code. Beta testing is another testing method that is very commonly used. It is similar to black box testing in that the user will play the game and try to find glitches or give their improvements. However, black box testing is strictly only the tester can do it, whereas beta testing is open to the public and anyone can give feedback to improve the final product. The last testing method discussed was a method. This method recognizes that fixing code problems will often create new ones. To prevent the new error occurring, once a fix has been made, the tester will rerun the to ensure it still works correctly. This can become costly and time-consuming. The software being constantly rerun, which can take up a lot of time, which means you have to pay the staff costs and increase development costs. The testing methods that have been selected for this project will be a combination of white and black box testing. These testing methods have been selected as they will reduce the number of errors in the program to a minimum and ensure the game works properly. Also, these testing methods can be undertaken by one person, minimizing the workload and reducing the time taken to complete the project. What methods have been used to find out what we know? There have been numerous methods used in this project. There have been numerous methods considered in this project. The one that was used was the RAD process, which stands for Rapid Application Development. RAD is a fast development process that puts less emphasis on planning and more on actual development, comparatively to traditional methods such as waterfall, which does the opposite. Waterfall was initially created with the intent of traditional infrastructure such as buildings and has since been tweaked to be used for software. RAD was developed specifically for software and allows developers to stay on one stage of the development until it has been completed. As a movement back and forth to redo areas of the development process in the future. RAD follows strict time procedures, but allows those time procedures to be repeated until the final product has been finished. There are 5 stages of the RAD development process. Sorry, there are 4 stages of the RAD development process. They are the requirements, user design, construction, and cutover stages. There are other RAD methods that contain 5, 7, and 9 stages. However, this is the RAD. Shit.